Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hai teman-teman semua, senang sekali saya Iswadi Suhari kembali menjumpai teman-teman semua. Masih di video series Look Beluk bekerja di Lembaga Internasional Perserikatan Bangsa-Bangsa. Dan sekarang ini edisinya spesial banget karena saya bersama salah satu sahabat saya namanya Luca Merchet, right?
Yep.
And he's Italian, dia dari Itali. Tapi your father is from Palestine,
Palestine,
but
correct?
he's Italian.
My father is from Palestine.
But citizenship Italian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there is no passport so
Yeah.
far,
Yeah,
official
sure,
one, but
yeah. And your mother is Italian.
that's correct.
Okay, good. So jadi Luca ini Italian, tapi bapaknya dari Palestina, ibunya dari Italia. Okay, now we are talking about working in FAO. So can you tell me your educational background?
Okay, sure. I was studying, I did a bachelor in international relations and political studies, and my master degree that I carried out here in Italy was also, and more specifically, based on international relationship. And now I'm finalizing the PhD in political studies.
Not finished yet.
It's finished, but I need just to defend the thesis. That will be
Okay.
probably between January and June. We don't still know the exact and specific date, but the thesis and the courses that last for 3 years, it's finished. So
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the date when I can defend the thesis. And also did some specific courses. For example, one with the Harvard Business School in business sustainable strategies, and other courses with Wageningen University from Netherlands, for example, in soil management, and others in agribusiness. But those ones are more for having a specific information, and so for have a wider range of my background and skills. Exactly.
Okay, that's good. So which university for the PhD one?
For bachelor and master degree, I did in Sapienza, Roma, and I did the 6 months studying in Spain, in Santiago de Compostela.
Okay.
It was called Erasmus exchange program funded by European Union, and so I studied there for 6 months, and the PhD also is with Sapienza, but I needed to travel and doing the research in Geneva, Bern in Switzerland, and Brussels, and so together also with some other university in South America. But taking information, I could not go there directly.
Okay, nice. Now we're back to working in FAO.
Yeah.
How were you interested working in FAO?
Yeah. Since I began to study, I always had interest in working in FAO, in the UN in general, because I had other experiences, one with United Nations Habitat, another one with the UNDESA, mostly in environment and doing some analysis of countries related always to environment, climate change, and I think that FAO in terms of projects and program have very good ones in terms of impact, and I think that working here I would like to have a better knowledge, a deeper knowledge, but also try to contribute to this important cause that are affecting humanity in general.
Okay, which division you were here in FAO?
I'm working PSR, that is Business Development and Resource Mobilization Division, under the Department of Program Support.
And what you are doing actually?
Here I'm Business Development and Program Specialist, so basically it's designing and implementing programs and collaborating with all the country offices and the strategic programs, and that are the focal team for achieving the strategic objectives in FAO, we have 5, and collaborating all together in a kind of task force called Business Development Task Force. We are developing a portfolio of FAO programs to be implemented in the next year, and that we usually present to our resource partners in order to show what FAO is doing and what we are trying to achieve.
So how do you like so far your job, and how is it related to your educational background?
Yeah, it's strongly related because it needs to have. I study international relations, so it's important to have a background on how to liaise with different countries, different contexts, and how it's important carry out a vision and implementing this vision. So I studied economics, statistics also.
Statistics?
Yeah,
Okay.
what was my
Good
the
to know.
first exam and
Okay.
in my university background, but mostly with Harvard, I did this course in business development, sustainable strategy. So look at also the private sector, how the private sector can contribute to achieve the SDGs, and this is very important. So far in FAO, we work mostly with the traditional partners, but probably now we are opening much more to the private sector actors that are crucial for altogether achieving the SDGs and try to maintain the promises that we did with the 2030 agenda. And so it's very related, and so far I'm enjoying cause of the amazing team of people and the division. So not just in terms of work, that's of course one of the most important factor, but also from the human aspect of the organization. That's so important for me.
So the best things working here in FAO.
Best thing, well, that's not easy, because if I can choose just one, it's
Okay,
not
just
easy.
one or two or
It's
three
okay, okay,
or
probably
10.
okay. No, yeah, okay. We can list some, but first of all, for people, because I think working in a multicultural environment with the different background, different languages, also with the
Different
different.
faces.
Also, why not?
Nationalities,
Different ideas, different opinions is also important from my personal improvement, as I can understand better other opinions. I can have a better idea of how the world could achieve some targets, and this is so important because also I can improve my skills, improve my knowledge of the cultures. So that this is so important, so dynamic in this kind of environment. And other things, they kind of work, because I love working directly with projects, with programs, and together with the very professional people here, I can learn a lot. But I'm feeling that I can bring my passion also. That is very important, because here I can see the passion for the work in everyone, and it's important working with passion, with emotions, and something that probably they can contribute much more to what we are trying to achieve. And other aspects, of course, is working UN, and it's always important, because unfortunately in the world there are many crises, food crisis, wars, conflicts, and working UN, we are also trying to bring a message of peace, but in terms of not just in general, but try to apply, to put together many countries and putting together many opinions, but try to achieve the same objective. And
Okay, I think someone is coming, so there is two last questions.
I will be brief.
The hardest thing, the most difficult one.
The most difficult
Working here.
one, yeah, was so far probably more from having a kind of a long-term perspective.
Okay.
In terms of, say, there is a great dynamism here within the division, the team, but within the organization itself. And there are many perspectives for a career, but so far was planning to have a more concrete one, even if there are great bases, even if there are great opportunities. But so far was probably the hardest thing to think on was how I would like to remain here. So how it's possible to have a long-term career in FAO, to bring and try to achieve and increase what I'm trying to learn also.
I forget to ask the most important question, I guess. How did you start working here? You start from intern, right?
Yeah, actually, I was working in other organizations, in smaller ones,
WFP?
NGO. No, in a smaller NGO around, working in the field, or like a reporter and something else. But I started also doing in the last years an internship also with ActionAid. After I did immediately another with IFAD, that is another UN agency here.
IFAD.
And from IFAD, I applied to FAO internship roster, and from there the division select my profile. I did an interview, and through the interview I could start like intern 1 year ago, And after 5 months, my supervisor gave me the possibility of become a consultant, and so improve my responsibilities, my task, and it was so good. And for that I need to always thank my team and my colleagues, because they are giving me every day nice responsibility and nice possibility to improve myself.
Okay, one last question. If there is someone who want to join United Nations in general or FAOs, so what is the best advice that you can give?
Yeah, the best advice, most of the thing is important as well, knowing English, of course, like basic language we can say, because it's the one most used here, but also having another language, like having first background skills. After, it will be most important to try to have at least a master degree. With a PhD probably will be an added value, but at least a master, even if there are different paths. But with a master, you can probably try to achieve a professional career if the person is aspiring to have this kind of career. And thirdly, it's important to look around. Of course, UN is a big family. There are many agencies, and look around to what is more suitable and in line with the profile and your background, educational background. But of course, not just stop to one agency, because so far I understood that it's probably not easy entering UN system. But once you are here, there are many contacts around and many projects related to other agencies, and sometimes developed together. So in case there is always a possibility to move in UN agency. But first of all, I would suggest to focus on what you really like, or where your skills are more aligned with the UN agency that you are trying to apply for. I think these ones I would like to give like inputs or.
Okay, that's very good suggestion for you who want to join United Nations in general. Okay, so first just focus to your profile, right? And then choose one of like the most relevant organization with your profile,
related exactly.
Okay, so thank you very much, Luca, in your very business time. So yeah, it's very useful, I think, for people who want to to try.
I hope so. Why not?
And well, actually, I encourage people from my country, from Indonesia, to also apply. Anywhere in United Nations organizations. Okay, so thank you very much once again.
It's a pleasure.
Tomorrow you'll be still in the office.
Yeah, tomorrow, will
be the last day.
That's the day before Christmas.
So yeah, have a nice holiday.
Thanks a lot, you
and
too.
You'll be here next year.
Yeah, actually I will be back on the 30 December. 30
December.
So we'll be still here for 2 days before the end of the year. But yeah, thankfully next year I got renewed, and I will stay here.
Okay, good. Thank you
Thanks.
once again.
Thanks
So teman-teman semua, itulah sedikit bincang-bincang saya dengan Luca Mersit, salah satu pegawai di sini di FAO yang memulai karirnya dari intern kemudian sekarang konsultan. Semoga bermanfaat. Jangan lupa untuk selalu ikutin video series Look Beluk bekerja di lembaga internasional, terutama Perserikatan Bangsa-Bangsa. Sampai jumpa lagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ciao.
Ciao.